Do you want to make up to 25% returns on your investments without investing in the stock market? Let's find out how. Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about a very innovative and a brand new investment opportunity that has opened up in the Indian market. It's called P2P Lending. We're going to be exploring P2P Lending in our basic 3 questions. What is P2P Lending? Why should you invest in P2P Lending? And how can one invest in P2P Lending? Let's go. So the first question, what is P2P Lending? See, P2P lending basically means peer-to-peer lending, or as I like to call it, person-to-person lending. In P2P lending, a loan is basically given from one person to another. So instead of going to a bank for a loan, you can easily go to these P2P platforms and take a loan. But wait, don't we go to the banks for loans? See, there are a few reasons why you would not want to go to a bank for a personal loan. The first thing is that the interest rates are too high on personal loans. So banks generally charge 15 to 22% on a personal loan, which is way too high of an interest rate. Secondly, they take a lot of time to process your loan. So it can take up to like 20 days, up to a month for your loan to be processed and given to you. And the third thing is that banks are usually really picky in who they give a loan to. So, you need to have a great credit score, you need to have a relationship with the bank, and your loan cannot be of a small amount. So they usually give out loans to very capable people. People like Vijay Mallya. So that's where P2P comes in. In P2P lending, you can get a loan very quickly for a small amount and at a reasonable interest rate. So your next question would be, hey man, I have this extra money and I am interested in P2P lending. So do I have to go out on the road and find people? Hey man, you need 10K. How does this P2P lending thing actually work? So how this works is that the RBI, which is the Reserve Bank of India, has given licenses to various platforms to facilitate these P2P transactions. So how these platforms actually work is that the borrower and the lender have to go on these platforms and register themselves. As a borrower, you will have to go onto these P2P lending platforms and enter a bunch of your basic info. And then the P2P lending platforms will pull your data from a bunch of sources and give you a credit worthiness. That will decide the rate of interest that you will get your money on. So if the platform deems that you have a good credit worthiness, you can easily get a loan at 12 to 13%. But if your credit score is bad and things are not looking good on your end, then you might even get a loan at 20%. Now as a lender, you will have to go onto these platforms, enter a bunch of your basic info, and then give them money. That's basically it. And once you've deposited some money in your P2P lending account, there is a bunch of these borrowers that you will see in front of you, and you can decide how much money you want to give to which person. So in the borrowers that you see in front of you, you can easily give a loan to them at 12 to 13% interest rate, and this can range up to like 25, even 30%. Now what you need to realize is that the lower the interest rate, the more the secure the loan is. So I would generally recommend people to stay in the 12 to 13% interest rate category. So to finally summarize, as an investment option, go to these P2P platforms, invest your money, make 12 to 13% interest in a relatively secure way. Now coming to the second question, why should you invest in P2P platforms? See, P2P platforms is a great way to diversify your portfolio. The money that you lend through these P2P platforms is not dependent on the stock market or the crypto market or anything like that. So if you're a person who gets scared when the market falls, then P2P investments are a great way to diversify your portfolio. One disclaimer that I would like to give you is that don't allocate more than 10% of your portfolio towards P2P lending. So let's say you have like 50% of your money in fixed deposits or recurring deposits, and you have like 40% of your money in stocks. Then I would only recommend you to put maximum 10% of your portfolio in these P2P platforms. Do not consider P2P investments as an alternative to the stock market. These things are risky. Stay safe. Let's come to the most important question of them all. How can I invest in these P2P platforms? For that, let's go to my laptop. So first of all, I'm on this website called bankbazaar.com. Here you can read more about P2P lending if you want. And here we can see that there are these various platforms that facilitate P2P lending. There's this Lendbox, I2I funding. See, Faircent is the most popular one that I've seen, and you can get like interest rates of 9.99%. There is also one more which is very famous, which you might have heard. It is by BharatPe. It's called the 12% Club. But the problem with that is that Ashnir Grover will come to your house and shout at you for 15 minutes if you want a loan from that. So I generally won't recommend that. Had to make an Ashnir Grover joke. Anyway, so let's check out the largest platform from all of them, which is Faircent. So as you can see, this is Faircent, and you can read all about how this works, etc. From this, there are a lot of like blog posts here. So as you can see here, almost 16 crores have been given through Faircent to people, and there are people who are actually seeking about 25 lakhs of money. So obviously people are looking for money. You can always go and invest through here. You can always check out these returns here. It's like 13.5% up to 26.8%. I would generally recommend you to stay in the 13.5% wala category. It's generally secure and things work well in this. So this is all about FairCent. You can always check out all of this, as I said before. So I'll tell you how I invest in these P2P platforms. I generally use this app called Cube Wealth. It's a great app. I'll put an affiliate link in the description. Please sign up through that. So through Cube Wealth, you can go and invest in FairCent at 12% interest rate. So what advantage Cube Wealth gives you is that you don't have to find these borrowers, etc. You can just give them the money, they'll invest on behalf of you, and you'll get 12% in return. Simple as that. No complication. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.